Hey, I'm Jim Barry. Welcome once again to Miami Life. We're the show that takes a look at the heartbeat of South Florida, the people and the places that make it a one-of-a-kind place to live. On today's show, Miami Heat icon Alonzo Mourning opens up about the health scare that prompted him to become a champion for men's health. And you're also going to meet a woman who has taken matters into her own hands to help South Florida's abandoned pets. But first, the holiday season is here. No, for real, it is. We're still a week away from Thanksgiving, but it seems people have been in the holiday mode for weeks already. Stores are decked out in Christmas colors and loaded with Christmas merchandise, and Christmas trees are already being sold, and holiday lights already up in many places. So Miami Life went out to ask the simple question: what is the rush? Ho, ho, ho. 'Tis the season to be jolly, which to me is fine. But just how long is this holiday season? And when does it really start? And is it now starting sooner and sooner? It's bugging me. But not everybody seems to mind.
I think early is better.
Oh my God, we already have our Christmas tree, we already have our decoration, of course.
Yeah, but we haven't even hit Thanksgiving yet. But already we are hearing the newly proclaimed Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey, belting out her signature Christmas song.
All I want for Christmas is you.
Actually, I agree with her. All I want for Christmas.
The Mariah version, obviously.
Yes.
Well, I have a friend at work, and once December rolls in, she wants to listen to Christmas music all the time. So I just go with the flow.
I remember when the holiday shopping season kicked off on Black Friday, right after Thanksgiving. Ha! Those days are long gone. At Aventura Mall, we found lots of people already in full-on holiday shopping mode. For one couple, it began the day after Halloween.
I feel like right before Halloween might be awkward, so I feel like right after Halloween it's appropriate, in my opinion.
You agree with that?
Yes.
There's even a name for this earlier than before holiday season launch. It's called Christmas Creep. Holiday-themed commercials, displays, and songs show up sooner and sooner. Why? Well, retailers want folks spending money, lots of it. Companies like Starbucks and Target, for example, began hitting us with Christmas-themed spots weeks ago. But if shoppers are being snookered into buying sooner by soaking up holiday joy longer, they don't seem to mind.
It's such a lot of work to put the Christmas tree at home, and 1 month is just not enough to enjoy the Christmas decoration. So I think mostly it's because of that, because we love that much Christmas that we want, like, 1 month is no, it's not enough.
However, there are some old school folks like me who are a little off-put by the early holiday push.
I'm from Ukraine. We start celebrating Christmas a little bit later, like November, end of November. But here it's really fast after Halloween, straightly to Christmas, so it's a little bit strange for me.
Natalie just moved to South Florida from Ukraine and is going through what I did years ago, moving here from up north. This tropical Christmas thing takes some getting used to.
In Ukraine we have 4 seasons, so Christmas for me it's cold weather. So now it's a little bit confusing for me, like it's hot and everywhere Christmas stuff.
Trust me, Natalie, you'll get over that. And I guess I'll just have to adapt. After all, if an early holiday season makes people happy, what's wrong with that?
Oh, right now. It's the spirit movie right now. It's a joyous time of year. Christmas time is always a joyous time of year.
Finally, it is good to know that there is someone else besides me who is being dragged into an early holiday spirit. Carlton from Fort Lauderdale already has his Christmas tree up, as if he really had a choice.
Did you make that call, or did the wife make the call?
I think she made a call.
I know she made the call. All right, as a footnote, Aventura Mall's Holiday Village opens November 23rd, and the big guy himself, Santa Claus, arrives the day after Thanksgiving to meet the kids. So tell us, when do you begin to celebrate the holidays? Hit us up at CBS Miami at CBS.com. All right, moving on to the ongoing animal crisis here in South Florida. Local shelters and rescues are full of dogs and cats. The shelters really need donations and people to foster and adopt. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner spoke to a new organization in North Miami that's doing its part to help.
It started with a trip to a farm with her 4-year-old twins 6 months ago.
They happened to have a litter of homeless puppies just at the front of the farm in a box, and they were all overheated and they all looked like they were dying.
A longtime lover of all animals, insects, and reptiles, Jordan Tata-Duth asked the farm to hold the puppies for a few days until she could find them homes.
Reached out to a couple rescues, nobody answered me.
Until Jamie's rescue picked up. Together they found the puppies' homes, and Aduth started volunteering.
Soon she kind of like kicked me out. She's like, all right, Jordan, you gotta go do this by yourself. Go figure it out. You got this. Stop bringing me dogs. Because she had enough.
So that's exactly what she did. She applied to be a 501c3 or nonprofit through the IRS, and 3 months ago, she got the official stamp of approval. She named it SGT Canines to honor her late grandfather, Stanley Graham Tate.
He was a very charitable man. He also started the Florida College Prepaid program, and I wanted to follow in his footsteps in some way, like giving back to the community.
Since then, she's taken in more than 50 dogs and placed them into foster homes. Dogs like Hope.
Hope was found in Miami Gardens, wandering the streets. I think she tried to save herself. She was used for breeding. She had multiple C-sections, and she was dumped.
Or Dexter, she pulled from Miami-Dade Animal Shelter.
Hi, can we give him a cookie?
What the doctor told us was that it looked like he had been chained up to a car, and someone decided to just, drag him. So all his skin was torn off. He had open wounds all over his body, and he's still currently in the hospital 4 months later, but he's doing amazing. He's 80% healed.
She finds fosters and raises money for the dogs on social media with her younger sister's help.
We'll do fundraisers for individual dogs we have, and that way people know what they're donating to.
Aduth said the calls don't stop.
Every single day, and I have to turn people down, and it's the saddest thing to have to say no to people.
Demand to take in dogs so high, she officially closed on a property this month. 13,000 square feet where 20 dogs at a time will be able to run around.
The dogs can decompress as well. We can rehabilitate the dogs. We will have volunteers there. People can come get hours from us if they need hours.
She said there's no turning back now.
This actually makes me feel like I have a purpose in my life, and it's to give back to animals and help them find the love that they deserve.
In North Miami, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
A lot of dedication and love in that story. When we come back in Miami Life, Alonzo Mourning on his battle with prostate cancer.
Ensure that I don't ignore the check engine light in the car. We're driving, and the check engine light, I can still make it. I'll be okay. No, you got to take it in. You got to get it serviced. It's no different than your body.
Now, the Miami Heat legend is leading the charge for other men to take care of their health. And also, get ready to roast. We're taking you to a mouth-watering event known as the Pig Roast Bowl. Serious competition, and it's going to make you hungry. Welcome back to Miami Life. I have known Alonzo Mourning now for nearly 30 years, covered him during his playing days with the Miami Heat, and admired and supported his charity efforts to help the youth of Overtown. But now, Zo has added another notch to his widening legacy, men's health advocate. It's a direct result of his own health challenges, and it is why the NBA great is this week's person of interest. At age 54, Heat legend Alonzo Mourning still looks like the picture of health, much like he did as a tower of basketball strength 20 years ago. But he learned even basketball Hall of Famers are not invincible. When the doctor told you that word, cancer, what was your reaction?
And listen, deflated. I was like, me? Are you kidding me? I feel great.
It was stage 3 prostate cancer. After surgery 8 months ago, Mourning is now cancer-free, convinced that catching the disease early saved his life. He's now on a mission to encourage other men to be diligent about their health.
I want to get rid of the narrative that men don't go to the doctor. You know, I want to create some momentum behind men taking charge of their health.
But you know how we're raised, though.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know, we're raised, man, you know, that ain't nothing.
Suck it up.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Right.
Tough it out. I want to change that narrative.
Last Saturday, Mourning hosted a men's health summit at the Kaseya Center. While there, he talked about men having to take responsibility for keeping tabs on their health, especially as they get older.
You know, men, we're husbands, we're fathers, we're uncles, we're leaders, we're bosses. You know, we got a lot of people that rely on us to be present, to be around, you know. So we have a responsibility where we have to take care of ourselves, you know. And if we don't do that ourselves, we can't wait for nobody to do it for us.
There were frank conversations about how a man can become more comfortable going to the doctor and to start pampering his body the way he might take care of his car.
So making sure that I don't ignore the check engine light in the car. You know, we're driving, you know, and the check engine light, oh, I can still make it. I'll be okay. No, you got to take it in. You got to get it serviced. It's no different than your body.
21 years ago, Mourning underwent a kidney transplant at the peak of his hoops career. It prompted him to encourage others to become organ donors. Now, being out front on another health platform feels like deja vu.
And I'm willing to talk about anything in front of an audience of men and talk about what I've had to go through. And a lot of it is personal. And I'm willing to talk about it.
Were you reluctant at first to do that?
I was very reluctant, you know, but I knew that I went through it for a reason. You know, Pat Riley would always say adversity introduces a man to himself. And that stuck with me for years when he used to say that. I can put my calendar together, you know, but God plans my steps, man. You know, and by the grace of God, I sit here in front of you today sharing my testimony.
The Heat's workout facility at the Kaseya Center was named after Zoe once he retired from the NBA. Mourning, now a Heat executive, wears the smile of a man now at peace with a new purpose. He's even content playing along with a gag that he didn't see coming. Jim Barry here with Alonzo Mourning, and we're talking about the time that I dunked backwards on Zoe. Remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, for the record, that did not happen. Zoe's message is a meaningful one. Be consistent about getting health checkups and make sure to ask doctors the right questions. All right, still to come in Miami Life, let's get roasting. We visit an epic pig roast to see some true masters at work. All right, it is time to introduce you to the man behind an organization dedicated to saving abandoned babies. Nick Silverio doesn't have children of his own, but thanks to his selfless work, hundreds of kids consider him part of their families. CBS News Miami's Lauren Pastrana tells us more about him.
Nick Silverio is a pretty selfless guy, but on this one night each year, he's the center of attention.
It's just amazing to me, and I'm very emotional and very moved by it all.
Silverio is the driving force behind A Safe Haven for Newborns, an organization committed to ending infant abandonment. The idea came to him following the death of his wife, Gloria.
We had two miscarriages, one on Christmas Eve, and we nurtured all the nieces and nephews in our family. So one night, all alone in my home, flipping through a magazine, not paying any attention, busy fingers, my fingers stopped on a page, and I was compelled to look. And that page was about an escalating crisis of babies being abandoned in the world.
Now, Silverio is considered Uncle Nick to more than just his nieces and nephews. 412 babies and counting have been saved from abandonment thanks to his tireless work. One of those babies is now in college. Gloria Hope was dropped off at a fire station in Deerfield Beach more than 20 years ago.
And this is from the station she was dropped off at.
She was recently reunited for the very first time with those firefighters who took her in as a 2-day-old baby.
it's because of Safe Haven that I'm here today. It's because of Safe Haven that I am with the parents that I'm with. And I love them, I love my family, and I love Uncle Nick. He's such a great person.
He's such a humble and great guy, and what he's doing for the community, for humanity is just, I mean, I'm not a religious person, but he's doing God's work.
I've had the honor of emceeing the organization's annual fundraising gala several times, including this year's event on October 19th. A Safe Haven for Newborns doesn't just help babies, it's also counseled more than 7,000 women in crisis.
We help them. We help them in any way that they need. And it's all done through, there's no charge for any of our services to anybody for any reason, and we're never judgmental.
He's got such a presence in everyone's life that is involved even slightly with this organization. He's got a hand in everything, and he's an amazing, amazing person.
Florida's Safe Haven law changed earlier this year. Parents who are unable to care for their newborns now have 30 days to surrender them rather than the previous 7 days. No matter when that call for help comes in, Nick Silverio says he's always ready and willing to answer it. Lauren Pastrana, CBS News, Miami.
Lauren, thank you. And Nick, congrats. And by the way, man, you're looking pretty spiffy. All right, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. All right, have you heard of the Pig Roast Challenge? It's one of South Florida's tastiest competitions. Dozens of teams compete to see who will be the Prince of Pork, the one true pitmaster. It's a huge event that also raises money to help the families of law enforcement officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
A hungry crowd turned out at Tropical Park for the Pig Roast Bowl. This event is the biggest of its kind in South Florida. Even Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava showed up. 140 teams competed to see who would be crowned king. There was, quite literally, tons of pork to go around.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you got to figure there was over 100 teams, 60 pounds average. You know, what is that, over 6,000 pounds of pork, of swine. So, there's a lot of pig to go around.
It's a good time, but the pig roast is serious competition, and people are in it to win it.
This year we had flame coming out the mouth of the pig. We had some cold gas coming out, a little smoke, a little, special effects.
There's politicians, there's police officers, there's firemen, state representatives. It's an overwhelming support from the community. But yeah, we take it serious.
The event benefits the Love Fund, which provides aid to the families of fallen police officers when no other options are available.
We back the Blue 100%, and this is what this is for. Foremost importantly, this is what it's for. Benefiting the Love Fund helps the officers in need.
And the winner is...
Your 2024 Pig Roast Bowl Series South Florida PBA Grand Champion is Hialeah Ranch!
The Hialeah Ranch team took home top honors. We asked Christian Gomez, proudly sporting his Pitmaster champion chain, about the secret to the perfect pig roast.
A lot of love and a lot of practice over the years and trying to perfect our sauce. I'm just thankful for them to give me the opportunity to be able to compete in this. And it's just overall a great event,
And while the winning is certainly nice, the event is really about a sense of community.
It ain't even about trophies. It's about friends like this hanging out with their kids saying, Daddy won, or Daddy's always winning, or the best burgers we always are. It's about they're all coming together, and for community, bro, it's all it is.
We probably made you hungry with our story on the Pig Roast Bowl, but this may curb your appetite. A new survey reveals the most disliked Thanksgiving foods. And there are some surprises. The number one Thanksgiving Day food people dislike the most is the centerpiece, the turkey. Nearly 35% of people surveyed said they don't like turkey. At number two, stuffing. Ham was third, followed by sweet potatoes and cranberry sauce. By the way, the Thanksgiving food liked by the most people in the survey was apple pie. And I promise you, I did not take part of that survey because I love all of those foods listed at the things that people hate. Are you kidding? I love turkey and stuffing and all those things. Anyway, that does it for this week's Miami Life. Remember, we're going to see you every Thursday for Miami Life at 6:30 on the stream. You can also watch all Miami Life episodes on demand on our YouTube channel. I'm Jim Barry. We'll see you later.